Hey, this is a quick Bitcoin video. We're going to share some hot news, and then I'm going to go into a Bitcoin bull and a Bitcoin bear scenario so you're prepared for both sides of the market. Let's chart some Bitcoin up. Thank you for checking out the channel. Every day we put out a new video about cryptocurrency education, markets, giveaways, and more. Make sure you hit the subscribe button and notification bell so you don't miss out on any content. Now, let's go to the moon. So I wanted to share some hot news that I saw earlier, and that's Google. They're finally entering the blockchain and Web3 world. When you have these large corporations diving into, cryptocurrencies, blockchains, Web3, they start onboarding masses. This is huge. In January this year, the world's largest search engine revealed plans to enable users to store cryptocurrencies in digital cards. The company has put Arnold Goldberg, a former executive of PayPal, in charge of the initiative. At the end of last month, Google's online data storage services division, Google Cloud, created a digital asset team. The new team intends to employ blockchain technology to provide opportunities for building, transacting, storing value, and launching products in the cloud. Google asserted that the cryptocurrency space had evolved considerably as a corporation based on innovation and development. It does not want to fall behind the part of technology revolution, the team explained. We're inspired by the work already done in the digital asset space by our customers, and we look forward to providing the infrastructure and technologies to support what's possible with blockchain technologies in the future. I mean, you guys are a little bit late, but it's never late to join. I'm looking forward. I mentioned when you get to google.com and you can connect your MetaMask wallet, that would be awesome. And I see Facebook has ditched their Libra coin. You see Jack Dorsey poking at Zuckerberg, saying that he should have just spent his time building the Bitcoin ecosystem. They tried to create a currency that was owned by Facebook, probably for the right reasons, probably for noble reasons, honestly, probably not. But there was also some reasons that would indicate trying to get more and more people onto Facebook's ecosystem. Dorsey said that Tuesday at MicroStrategy's World Conference, they did that instead of using an open protocol and standard like Bitcoin. Jack Dorsey knows what he's doing. Hopefully they learned a lot, but I think there was a lot of wasted effort and time. He added those 2 years or 3 years or however long it's been could have been spent making Bitcoin more accessible for people around the world, which would also benefit their Messenger product and Instagram and WhatsApp, which I highly agree with him, because just imagine if they've put this in like currency within their texts. People can send currency, just even if it was Ethereum or Bitcoin and they were charging some fee. They're building out this NFT marketplace, which is just going to crush and onboard millions of people to cryptocurrency, which is good for Bitcoin. So let's get into Bitcoin, and we're going to start with the S&P 500. It has dragged, the equities market has dragged Bitcoin down. Whether you pay attention to this stuff or not, we kind of have to take in consideration that it is correlated with Bitcoin. So we broke down this 200 EMA here, we popped back up, and now we are testing the 50-day. This was honestly a really quick recovery, and there's a couple things that can happen here. We can kind of chop in here, or we can just, quick recovery and then explode onto higher highs. And that would obviously push Bitcoin as well, in my opinion. But we have the Fed meeting in March where they're raising interest rates. They halted and they kind of paused on doing so right now. I think trying to save the economy, because the stock market was tanking just a few days before the meeting. So honestly, if they did fire off with that, maybe it would have been a lot worse, but they saved themselves a few months. So can we really move into all-time highs all before March? Maybe we can have an awesome month, but it's hard to say. Let's go into Bitcoin, and I'm seeing I pointed this out previously, like this is a huge area that I want to flip. You can see resistance. This was when we got resistance at our first all-time high in 2021, and then you can see resistance, support. So I want to flip on top of this. This is the $40,000 mark. For the bull pattern that I'm seeing on Bitcoin right now, it is this ascending triangle. So we are keep testing the 37, let's say the 37.5K range right here. We could have put it Yeah, like so the 35K range here. And with the ascending triangle, we keep testing the same price. So the same roof, we make it softer and softer. We keep banging into the top. I mean, at one point, if we try and it's going to break, right? So we are putting in higher lows and higher lows and higher lows. Buyers keep coming, and we keep trying to smash this. So if we smash this, my next price point I'm looking at is the 40,000 range. I have some resistance there, and more importantly, I'm looking at this previous lower high to get smashed. So this lower high would do two things. It would break market structure and this current downtrend. So you can see we can put this right here for this downtrend. And then if we broke out of this ascending triangle through this resistance and we broke this prior lower high, I would start becoming bullish. I mean, not an ultra bull, but I would start making my way there. So you can see this is what I'm looking for. And then I'm looking for a few things here. Do we get rejected somewhere around here in this 40K resistance on this trend line? Do I see any bearish, candle variations? Are we getting rejected from the moving average here now? Like, I'm looking at a few things. So if so, then we might be just setting in a lower high like we did here. And what does that mean? We're coming down to make a lower low. So if we go up, we're coming down to make a lower low into this, very, very, very admirable spot that everybody's waiting for. There's so many bids here. I just don't think we're going to make it there. We either make it above or we fall right through. I don't think we're going to get everybody's dream of filling up right here as we did last time and then just exploding into all-time highs. Markets don't work like that. So hopefully we can break this to the upside and keep trading. If we do break that and you're not positioned here, you want to look for like a breakout and then a pullback where we'd be creating a higher low like we did here. So we broke out. We made a higher low, and this would have been the second best spot to buy. You can see we didn't come lower than that. We actually just bounced. So same thing here. If we break up, we're looking for a higher low for us to buy. Find some support, find some bullish engulfing candles, whatever it is, to, load up on that pullback. Don't chase, buy the retrace, and then we hope it works its way back to all-time highs, however long that takes. If that doesn't happen, then it looks like we'll just break down into lower lows. So that's kind of my bullish scenario, and that is the ascending triangle breaking above 40 and then breaking above this prior high right here and then just finding our way into all-time highs, and hopefully we can break $100,000. It's very hard right now. It kind of feels like we're held hostage from the equity and stock market, and then like with this whole Omni stuff, it's just never ending. It's like, holy, let's just get past this COVID shit. I don't even want to say it because my channel's at risk when you say those words, so much, yeah. So we'll just keep moving on to the analysis because I can get pumped up just like talking about it and things like that. So that is the bull scenario, and I'm going to draw a bearish scenario for you guys now. So now for the bear case. So if you've been trading in 2017, 18, 19, or even before, you've seen this circulate everywhere, and it's just become like a meme for some people. The Wall Street cheat sheet, psychology of a market cycle. And honestly, I've used this profitably. If you look back at my videos, 2019 Dogecoin, I used this strategy, and it shows you why on the chart this played out exactly, for 7 years, the same way over and over and over again. And I just applied what I learned from this chart, and I started buying at the troughs where you have maximum opportunity of financial opportunity. Point of maximum financial opportunities at the trough. So you have people who are coming into this cycle early, people who are potentially believers, early money, smart money, institutions, whatever, and then it keeps moving up, and then retail comes in, and then people like you and me, our parents, people over leveraging themselves, selling their homes. You get that level of euphoria where people have never seen that much money on their accounts, in a digital form. feels surreal. It just feels so unreal, you know what I mean? And then it comes crashing down, and then you see complacency. We see a little bit of, cooling off. Maybe we're gonna go back to all-time highs, and then boom, you get that huge drop. Most people can't stomach this, minus 50, minus 60, minus 90%. They just lost everything. Some people just lost everything because they're maybe over leveraged. They were, margin traded so they could get liquidated. They don't even have any coins left. Maybe they got hacked, scammed, whatever it may be, or maybe their NFTs are worthless. This kind of can be applied to any market, in my opinion. You just kind of have to learn how to use it. So if we look at Bitcoin right now, we can kind of take a look at this and apply it. So let's go to the charts and I'll show you how we can throw this on the 2017. And you used to see this everywhere. Honestly, if you just probably Google Wall Street cheat sheet, and that's how you can find the sheet, you can see, and people used to throw up all the words. So you'd have hope and disbelief here. You'd have optimism. You'd have belief, thrill, and euphoria. So this is where we could have sold off, came back up, and this would be complacency. So, we're going to test back all-time highs. People just took profit, whatever you have to tell yourself to convince yourself. And then we come down. And the way down is brutal. It's long. It's, I have to say brutal again, painful. You're losing a ton of money. And most people capitulate. They sell and never look at the market again in their lives. So we want to be prepared for this. I mean, in a downfall market like that, that's where a lot of money could be made. Buying at the bottom or shorting it, finding awesome opportunities when everybody's running. So if we look at that, if we look at the cheat sheet, Wall Street cheat sheet, let me put this on the weekly, you can see we get something similar right here. And I'm not sure if this is the top or not, but I'm going to play it out for you. And if we refer back to the cheat sheet, you can see that this high, usually after the troughs, we get a higher peak, we get more prosperity, and we move on to higher highs. That's what we saw for Bitcoin. It's what we are seeing for Bitcoin, actually. So you can see here, as I mentioned, we never test prior all-time highs. And you can see here, huge bull run, euphoria, capitulate, and then this is the accumulation area, positioned to earn the maximum financial rewards. Same with here, you can see right here. And on the weekly, it looks a lot smaller, but this was from 12th of November to 18th of March. That's a few months of accumulation, of people not caring about Bitcoin, of people not talking about Bitcoin. Bitcoin's dead, whatever it is. And let me go back to this. When we're in these thrill and euphoria levels, that's when you're seeing celebrities. We're seeing so many celebrities buying these mutant or Bored Apes. They're actually getting gifted from companies like MoonPay that are just onboarding celebrities into the crypto space. So we're seeing massive coverage of whatever we're investing in, like Bitcoin to $100 million. Bitcoin's the next currency. You're seeing everybody talk about it, everybody trying to buy it, and not everybody can win in the market forever. 90% of people lose. Is this going to break down? Are we going to consolidate here and kind of follow what we've been doing? Something to note as well is we broke down at Q4. We broke down at Q4. We broke down at Q4, all followed by a prolonged bear market. Are we going to do this for the third time and follow price action in history? Or is Bitcoin going to break price action in history? It's hard to say. Are you prepared for both? Are you prepared for a 40 or 50% drawdown? Maybe a 60 or 70% drawdown? I mean, we saw long bear markets because the users, the ecosystems, the dApps, all of that wasn't here. Now we have NFTs, which is just breaking crazy amount of volumes. Just that. Just NFTs alone. Then you look at, the whole DeFi, total value locked for all the protocols. It's well over hundreds of billions of dollars. I think Ethereum's just locked at 100 billion plus itself. Just knowing how Bitcoin's acted for the last two bull runs, it's kind of important because you have that at the back of your head that this could break down here. Even though everybody's bullish, Google's diving into builds, Facebook's building, Coinbase is building an NFT marketplace. I mean, we could still see a downtrend. We could still see an aggressive sell-off, and that might be tied to the S&P. If we see a sell-off here, if we break down, if things turn bad. It's really hard to say. I think Bitcoin will follow suit unless you see hyper-Bitcoinization. And that's a whole different story. Bitcoin to the moon then. So let's take a look at Bitcoin dominance. And this is what I wanted to note out as well. This is just way different price action from when we dropped here in 2017 at the end of the Bitcoin bull market, because as you can see, altcoins had a huge run at the end of the bull market, and I'm suspecting that altcoins can have a huge run here as well. So what we're seeing was a huge drop, a 50% bounce. So you can see right here, 50%, okay, actually about 43%, sorry guys. And then here, we only had about half of that, 23, 24%. And then what's important is we bounced off support right here and we made a higher low. Here, we made a low. So we made a lower low. We didn't even make a higher low. And here we continued to make a higher high. We broke this previous high. Here, we got rejected. Actually, we made a lower low. Now it looks like we're in a descending triangle. This looks like a huge descending triangle that can actually break down. Probably break down to test prior lows. What does that mean? That means that Ethereum, if the market does continue, looks like Ethereum can continue to lead in terms of percentage gains. And if we're looking on the weekly, this would have been an awesome weekly buy if you didn't buy already, or if you're not positioned in Ethereum. You have a bullish hammer, bullish engulfing candle, and you have the bounce off the bottom of the triangle trend line and the moving average on the weekly. So if Ethereum was going to lead, hopefully this is where it leads from. We had the small deviation on the ascending triangle. I thought we would break out and keep moving, but yeah, the whole market got a pull back. So wouldn't expect Ethereum to kind of just shine. Everything got smashed, and now we're working our way back up, hopefully. So I just did a quick video on some bull stuff, some bear stuff, some news around the market right now, and just my thoughts around it. I traded, so bulls make money, bears make money, pigs get slaughtered. Don't be greedy. Have a plan. If you have any questions, post them. I'll see you guys tomorrow.